Disclaimer.
The thoughts and opinions expressed by our guests are not necessarily the views of Tash, Becky, or Be Your Best You podcast.
Hey there, lovely people. Welcome to Be Your Best You with Tash and Becky, your go-to hangout for all things spiritual, subconscious, and downright magical. We're here to sprinkle a little mystical wisdom into your everyday life and help you level up your reality.
Picture this as your cosmic coffee date, where we chat about the unseen world, blend in some psychology vibes, and stir up the subconscious magic. Get ready to be the queen of your own reality, live a life that lights you up, and have a blast doing it.
So grab your latte or your tea and let's dive into another episode of Be Your Best You, where the mystical meets the mundane and your best life awaits.
Cheers to creating magic together.
Let's do this.
Hi, lovely people.
Hi.
We just wanted to pop on before we get started on our episode to ask you if you would mind, if you haven't done so already, please could you rate and review our podcast? If you're not already, could you make sure that you're following us on Spotify, Apple, or any podcast player that you listen to us on, so you can make sure that you get notified every week when a new episode comes out. You never know when you might need to hear it. It could be perfect timing. And also, don't forget, you can watch us on YouTube as well. And if you watch us over there, don't forget to subscribe. Again, you'll get notified with all the new and latest episodes.
And also, don't forget to share with all your friends.
Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate all your support. We appreciate you listening to us every week. Thank you so much.
You.
Hi, welcome back to another episode of Be Your Best You with Tash
and Becky, the guest edition.
Today we have on the show Julie Murdy. She is a psychic and medium, and we have such a fascinating conversation with Julie, don't we?
Yeah,
today?
Lots of magic in this one.
Yeah, so much magic.
All the good stuff.
We're going deep down into spirits, what they look like, how she sees them, what they have to say, spirit guides, and how spirit guides can help you on your manifesting journey, even if you can't hear them or communicate with them. Know and trust they're there, and all the help that you've got around you that you need to be tapping into if you're not in your manifesting journey.
Enjoy it.
Today we're very excited because we have Julie Murdy on the show. Julie, welcome.
Hi, Julie. Nice to be here.
Thank you so much for coming on. We're so excited to talk to you today. So before we dig into all the juicy psychic medium-y manifestation stuff, could you just tell everybody a little bit about who you are, what you do, and then we'll go from there.
Yep. Hello, I'm Julie. I am a psychic medium. So I do like one-to-one readings and events and parties with groups of people. And I've been doing it all my life, really. But mainly to the members of the public for the last sort of 3 years. So, yeah.
So when you say you've been doing it all your life, have you kind of just been doing it for like friends and family or yourself?
Family. Tried not to do it in the beginning because I was frightened of it. And then I was pulled to do it. So, and it got stronger. So then I, started doing it. But
okay, this is really cool because I hear this story so many times with people who have like psychics or psychic mediums. It's this like, I don't want to do it, I'm scared, but then something is just like, no, you will do it.
Yeah.
So, and you said you've had this all your life, so like in terms of your childhood, were you kind of seeing spirits when you were a child?
So yeah, it kind of started when I was 14. I was seeing a lot of like scary things that really frightened me. And being 14, you don't know what you think you're going mad, to be honest. And I thought I was going to end up in a mental institution, to be fair. Because I was frightened all the time, and it would always happen at bedtime. When you're in that state where you're just sort of like dozing off, and that things would come and it would happen, and it was really scary. But as I got older, it kind of changed as well. Like feelings would start coming in, and the psychic side of things would start coming in. Like I'd know things. And I'd talk to my friends, my family, and they wouldn't know the things that I know. And I'd be like, well, I know it, so how come they don't know it? And it used to be really frightening, to be honest. And it wasn't until I got older that I learned how to deal with that and to kind of block the scary stuff out. So when I was a child, I used to pray, but my family's not religious, and my family, like my mum, my dad, they never told me to pray. But I find that really fascinating now I'm an adult, because I never was told to pray, but every night I would pray. And it's almost like I knew I needed that protection, which is really weird. And my mum and dad used to listen to me in my bedroom saying, she's in there praying. Why is she praying? You know, and it was really when I used to pray to God. And when I was going through all of the beginning bit of the psychic mediumship, mainly the mediumship side, that was the scary, the psychic side wasn't scary. My mum actually took me to the church to get me blessed because she didn't know what else to do. And once I was blessed, and this is why, you know, I don't go to church. I do believe in God, because once I was blessed, all the scary side of things just didn't happen. So I'm not preaching about like people's got their own free will if they believe or they don't believe. But for me, for my experience, I was taken there. I asked for help and I got the help I needed. And then my whole ability changed into a non-scary sort of form of it. So for me, that's like really fascinating. I just think, wow, there was something in that.
Yeah.
It's not everybody would probably believe that, but you know, it's
Well, I mean, again, that's not something new to me either. I've heard things like this as well. I mean, I listen to so much and I hear all these stories, and that's not new to me, and it doesn't surprise me. And I like to think as well is like, you know, that one basic message, which is if you ask for help from that higher power, like whatever you want to call it God, call it your angels, call it the universe. Yeah. If you ask for help, you will receive it.
Yeah, and I really believe that anyway. I ask all the time. My angels are probably like, what now?
Yeah, we're definitely like, I want to talk about that. Like, we are definitely coming to that because I think that's going to be so fascinating to hear your perspective of that. But like, I have a few questions. So when you said, you know, like when you were 14, and that's such a tough age for this to happen, isn't it? Like, you don't want to be different at 14, do you? Everything about you just wants to fit in, and that's really difficult, isn't it? That's really hard.
Scary.
But why do you think, because I hear this a lot as well, and I had it myself as a child, like why when kids are open to this psychic world, why is it always the dark stuff? I know you might not have an answer, but why do you think you're seeing the dark stuff?
I think it's because there's a channel that opens. So, you know, like there's bad people here, they go on. Sometimes they're kind of like stuck. They haven't gone completely on. And I feel like because there's a channel that's opened and you don't know how to deal with that channel, anything can come through to you and through to you, and it can just mess around with you. And I think that's what it is. Once you learn how to like shut that channel off, or you recognize what's good and what's bad, then you have more of a grip on it, and then the badder stuff can't really come through. It's like you've got good people, and you've got bad people, and it's the same with spirit. You've got the same really. So I do feel like it's more of a sinister side of it, I suppose, like a bad spirit that messes with you because there's a channel open and they just come through. That's what I believe, and that's what into me. As soon as I got strong and was like, no, I'm not dealing with this, I had control of it and they couldn't come through.
Yes.
Recognize what feels nice and the energy's good and what's so nice. So I think that's why it can happen like that in the beginning. I also think it teaches you a lot as well, like how to deal with it yourself, with your own mind, and know that you're not crazy.
Yeah.
We're going really crazy here. What's happening to me? So I think it teaches you a lot really by having the bad things come through. And some things aren't necessarily bad either. I think it's knowing how to deal with it, or you're thinking it's bad, you've never experienced it.
Yeah, because it would feel scary, wouldn't it? But maybe there's an underlying sort of message that they're trying to bring through. I don't know.
Well, and I think as well, like, I don't know. So, and I agree with you as well. And I think from my experience too, and from what I know now with the work that I do now with the mind and understanding consciousness and stuff, I think as a child as well, like just society with the programming with psychic stuff, the horror stories, the ghost stories, it's all very fear-based, isn't it?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
like
right.
we know now, it's common knowledge, like what you focus on, you're going to attract. And so if you're
Yeah.
laying there as a 14-year-old child, like in bed terrified, you're going to call in those darker kind of spirits, or beings, or entities, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
And and then like you said, and I experienced this when I realized, or I'm actually in control. I'm not going to give them my power. I have the power here. Like, no, get out. I don't want you here. They're
That's
gone, aren't they? Like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
But it's learning to do that, or you just need somebody to tell you how to do that.
Yes.
It's also like, oh my God, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. Something's going to come. Just to, someone to tell you, look, this is what you have to do. What you've just said,
Yeah.
You're not going to have anything bad come through because you attract it.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably why it happens to you in that way when you're younger. I mean, I talk to mediums and psychics. I don't know what their experiences were, but I know a lot of them have experienced it like that first. And it is really scary, especially for a child. It's really scary.
It is.
Did you have to figure that out by yourself, Julie? Like how to?
I didn't have anyone in my family that was ever like this. I'm like the first one, but and I wasn't really into psychics and mediums at that age. I didn't really know about them. All I knew was what was happening to me, and that I knew things about people, and I knew what was going to happen, and I was seeing things that weren't very nice, and I couldn't make sense of it. I didn't know what was happening, and obviously my mum was worried, and I'd say things to my mum and dad, and then it would happen. And she started writing a diary down, like, to see what things. She's got it all at home now, and it's like everything I ever said to her, like dreams I had, and then they happened. And she used to feel, I don't know what to do with you. So that's why she chose to take me to the church. But I think that was the best thing she did. But the church don't actually believe in all of this. It's happening to me,
Yeah.
But they still helped me. They still did a prayer and asked me to be protected. But I think maybe in my mind, I was thinking, oh, I'm being protected now.
Right.
Yes.
And then it spiraled like that. And I'm like, oh, it just needs somebody to say it to me, and for me to think in that different mindset way.
And it's that belief, isn't it?
Yeah.
You believe that the church and that the prayer is protecting you, and therefore it will, because actually it's always you, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's always you.
Mindset. Then I went thinking, oh, no one can get me. She's put 4 angels around my bed every night, so nothing's going to come every night. And I started thinking like that. And then things did come, but I knew they wouldn't be scary because I went to the church. But really, it's because of my mind. It's all so amazing, really, your mind.
Yeah, it is. And so when you were saying you were seeing, these kind of not very nice things, was it people? Like, now obviously then you didn't, I guess you might not have known, but now you know. What was it that you were seeing?
Yeah, it was similar to what I see now, really.
Okay.
But obviously I wasn't used to that then. And it was like, it is like a horror film. Have you seen Sixth Sense?
Yeah.
Boy, and he sees people. That's really close to how it was for me, like that. But you just saw ghosts, really. You just saw the outlines of people. And I mean, there was a couple of times I'd see a black figure with like no face. It was just black. And angels, like black angels, stuff like that. I used to see 3 little girls that were from Victorian age.
Oh God, stop!
I used to run out of my bedroom giggling, and I'd get it like at least once a week they would come. And I think, oh, there's those little girls again. And I could see them running and what they're wearing, everything. It's just crazy.
Wow. So one day, did you just decide to like reach out and talk to them?
No.
No.
I was too frightened.
Yeah.
Mum used to say to me, just ask them what they want.
Yeah.
I'm not asking them what they want. They're, so this went on, and then obviously when I got blessed, it wasn't so bad. I was seeing things, but they weren't frightening me, or I'd remove myself. So if I was like, if it started to happen, I would go out of my bedroom, or I'd just go do something else, or I'd put the telly on or put the light on, and I would deal with it like that. But no, that I've only started really speaking to them later on in my life. Like, okay, what's happening? Because I'm brave now. I've learned to deal with it now. But when I was younger, no way. I would never ask what they want. I'd be too frightened.
Oh.
Oh, okay, right. So I've got so many questions, Julie, but I feel like we need to keep on track. Okay, so you were blessed. It got less scary, and like you said, like you obviously were learning to manage it. Was it also, were the things that you were seeing starting to be different? Were you seeing nicer things come in rather than the dark shadow? Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about what those nicer things that you were
Yes,
seeing
'cause
were?
I saw lots of nice things, like instead of something black and scary and have that energy, feel like I'm frightened, I would be feeling like, oh, I'm not scared. I feel like quite nice. And I would see a smile of someone, whereas I didn't have
Oh.
that before. So
Yeah.
it's almost inviting, like, oh, I'm okay for you to see me. And I never forget one of my earliest memories after I'd been blessed, where I saw a nice spirit, was my cousin. He was only 32 and he died on a motorbike accident. And I remember waking up, I'm going goosebumpy now because I'm talking about him, so he's probably going to come around.
Yeah.
I remember waking up and at the end of my bed, and he said nothing. He just smiled. And I knew in that moment, tell his mum, my auntie, he's okay. He's just come to say that he's okay. And that really did move me forward as well, because I kind of thought, that wasn't bad. You know, he didn't even talk to me. But I just knew it. It was like I knew it through our minds. He didn't have to say anything to me. So that was like moving forward from that. I thought, oh, that wasn't bad, actually. That was all right. And then
And
it just went like that.
when you saw your cousin, are you seeing him with your eyes or like in your mind's eye?
Right, so I do both of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I'm doing, well, actually, it can be when I'm not doing readings as well. I can do both of that. So for my personal, if it comes to me when I'm on my own, and I tend to see it. But when I'm doing readings or I'm in groups or I'm doing this or whatever, a lot of it is in my mind's eye. So I see it come to me in that way. But I do both. So I can see it both. I don't know how it's going to show up. They can either come like that or in my mind. So yeah, I never know. I never know how it's
No.
gonna be. So yeah, it's quite, how's this one gonna work?
Yeah.
And do you have to kind of like shut off from it? Because I know a lot of like psychics or mediums have like on and off times, basically open and close times. Do you have to do
Yeah,
that?
have to do that. And another medium taught me how to do that, because that was another thing I struggled with. You know, wherever I went, I was seeing things, I was hearing things. I knew, you know, I could be sat in a cafe with my mum having lunch and go, well, that lady over there's having a divorce. You know, I just knew. And if I'd gone over to her, she'd probably say, yeah, I am. And
Yeah.
I could feel she's sad, or, you know, I just knew things, and it'd be all the time. And it was like, I need to separate myself and that took me many, many years to do that. And with the help with another medium at the time, he taught me like to imagine, you know, like you've got the light switch and it's on and off. When I want to not do it, to switch that switch to off, and I'm off and you can't come in. And that took a long time, because I'd switch the switch to off and it still happened.
Really?
And I'd be thinking, it's not working. Oh my God. But over years, I've really managed to control that. And like, I'm off, I'm not doing it. I can be sat in my front room watching telly and I think, oh, someone's coming. And I'm like, I'm not working. And I get that a lot. But I used to be really frightened of that. But now I'm not working.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm off shift.
Wait till I'm in my caravan.
Yeah. And that again just goes to show the power of your mind and intention, doesn't it? It's just a perfect example, isn't it? Like when you truly mean like, no,
Yeah.
they will listen to you. They have to listen to you because you're powerful.
Yeah. And it's about learning boundaries. And I didn't have any boundaries at the beginning, and most people don't. So it's like, I say when, I say how, and then that's how it can happen. So like when I come to a party, like when I came to your party,
Yeah.
I was coming there with the intention of like, I'm going to be open, anyone that wants to come through, for anyone that's there. And I'm in a different mindset, if you get what I mean. Sitting here now, I'm like, I'm not open. I'm just, you know, but people do think, oh, you're reading me all the time, and they feel awkward sometimes. It's like, no, if I thought, oh, I'm going to switch on, then I could.
Yeah.
But I don't. I try and do me and do that.
Yeah. Because it must be so overwhelming. I suppose, in case people don't know, because there's two things going on here, isn't there? There's the medium aspect of you and then the psychic aspect of you, isn't there? And so, and the mediums stuff is one thing with all the spirits coming through, but that psychic connection must be just constantly bombarded with
Yeah,
feelings and information. So overwhelming.
it is. That's harder to switch off because it's
Yeah.
just everything, how you're feeling, what's
Mhm.
happening next week, what happened last week,
Yeah.
you know, all the time. And it's like, oh my God, you know, they feel like that. And it's also about like using my mind as well to cleanse myself, because I take on people's energy. So if you're feeling sad, I'm feeling sad because I'm feeling that of you, but I've got nothing to feel sad about. But I know it's because of your energy. It's really, I have to like cleanse. I have to like shift it because it's really hard. Otherwise I'll be getting depressed thinking I've got
Yeah.
nothing to be depressed about, but I mean, I am depressed. So it's a
Yeah.
bit
Mhm.
like, it's really hard to kind of
Mhm.
separate it and have your normal life, really.
Definitely. It's like, because we all have to learn to do that, don't we? Because, you know, especially like, you know, people that are more empathic, it's what I do in my work. I have to help people learn to separate their emotions from other people's. But for you guys who've got, you know, this real strong psychic ability, it's like on
Mm,
steroids, isn't it? You have to really take control of your human as well to be able to manage
mm.
this stuff. Are you aware now of when it's not yours and when it's somebody else's, or is there still like a little bit of a mix up?
The only mix I have is with my children.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, if I've got a feeling, I think, oh, but is that because I'm being a mum, or is that a psychic feeling? So I get a little bit like that because they're always like, "You never do it on me." And I'm like, because for one, I don't want to know what they're doing. You
Right.
know,
True. Yeah, that's very true.
I'm frightened what I'll find out. I'm kind of like, no, I don't want to know. So I'm switched off all the time around my children mainly, but there are times I have done things and told like Renee what happened at school just to give her a taste of behave because I know.
Oh, bet she loved that.
and I've done that. But with them, I really like to switch off because like I say, they've got to have their life and their little secrets growing up. And I
Yeah.
want to know everything, you know.
Yeah.
Um and I do doubt my own mind and oh no, I'm feeling this about, you know, one of my children, but is it my mind or my psychic mind? And then I know when I really sit with it. But everyone else I know. Everyone else I think, oh, I know
Right.
that that's that. And yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
with my children really.
Yeah, that's really, and that makes total sense,
Does,
doesn't it? That
yeah.
makes that. Okay. So next question. I feel like I'm just having the best time. So when you've obviously spoken to a lot of spirits,
Hmm.
and I'm assuming they've told you things about the other side.
Yep, some, not everything.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get told when you're going to die because I don't need to know that, and I don't think anyone
No.
to know that. So I
No.
don't ever get told that. No. Um, but I get told about what happens when you die.
Have you? So I'd love to hear that, because obviously I get told through human beings when I do past life regressions, when they're going through the death experience and I guide them through it. And
Mm.
I just love joining it all up. So what have the spirits told you about what happens
So
after?
what I understand is, so you know, like everyone thinks, oh, you're going to go to heaven, right? My understanding is everybody's heaven is different. So whatever heaven is for you in your mind, that would be your heaven when you pass over. So, you know, you get some people saying, oh, I saw a light or I walked through the tunnel. If that's not how they picture it, their heaven or what happens when they die, that is not. It's almost like you're manifesting what's going to happen
Yeah.
that you like when you die. What you're expecting, that's how it's going to happen. So I don't believe that it's the same for everybody. Um, and what I have learned from doing this is about a judgment that you have, like watching on a TV of everything that you've done in your life, what you've achieved, what you haven't, how you might have hurt people, the lessons you learned, the lessons you didn't, how you can better your soul so you can choose to come back here and learn more lessons. But it's your choice, it's your free will. So it's up to you what you do. No one can make you do that. But I feel like from what I've felt from spirits, a lot, do you know what? I get a lot of apologies coming through from spirit. Like they wish they'd done something different here and they come through to apologize to people. I have so much of that. So they've obviously gone on and seen
Right.
And they say that, I've seen how I made my daughter feel, or I've seen what I did and I wasn't there and I wish I could change that and I want to say sorry. So they're shown what we've done in our life, really. But I don't feel like you're judged by it. You just have this knowing of, I know that was wrong. It's not like someone's saying to you, you were really bad. You were down there. You hurt this person. I don't think there's any judgment like that. It's almost like you're shown it and you know that, oh yeah, maybe that was a little bit wrong and I would have done that differently. But I have that come through all the time where they're sorry for what they didn't do or what they did do. And I amazing when I get readings where they're coming through saying there's an apology from your dad or your mum because she didn't listen to you or she didn't see your way of doing things. She thought she was right and she's saying she wasn't. And they sit there and they're like, oh my God, yeah, that's how it was when she was here. I feel like now she can see it. I just think that's so lovely when that comes through. I just love it because I think, see, they've kind of made it up, even though she's there and not here, but it's just really nice. And
Well,
then,
that's so healing, isn't
Yeah.
it? For
yeah,
for
and they
the other
do
person.
say I've got so much comfort from that, but
Yeah.
why I do it, do you know what I mean? To give people comfort and know, they're around us and there's more than this. There's so much than this. And it's all in yourself. You all have the power, you know?
Yeah.
So,
When you say you all have the power, do you mean to communicate and to hear from this kind of unseen world?
yeah, I reckon everybody's got the ability to be psychic and
Mm.
to be a medium. I think, if you wanted to open your mind and do it, I feel like you've all got it there within your mind. But a lot of people close it off because it's sometimes scary or they think it's going to be scary. I do feel like people have got the ability to do it, I just obviously didn't shut it off. I just kept it going. I don't know why sometimes I think, oh my God. But, but other people, I'm a very laid back person though, so maybe my mind's really open. And even as a child, my mum was like, it would be like, Julie, because I'd be daydreaming. I was just really laid back, so my mind could just handle that, I could just do that. Whereas a lot of people aren't, are they? That a lot of people are a lot of people are very closed with their mind, aren't they? Like, no, this is for this, and it's like this, and this is how it is, and it's not. And you just think, oh, you've got so much to learn.
Yeah. And you're missing out on so much wonder and magic and information and help.
How
And
definitely.
and that's what I want to come on to next because I want to talk about spirit guides for a second. So we've spoken about spirits, and obviously in this context we're talking about the people that you're readings for. It's their spirits, their family members, friends, etc. But do you see your spirit guides? Do you feel your spirit guide?
Yes, I have two.
Okay.
And I have a black man and a white man, and the white man's older and he's called John, and the black man is called Cal, because I asked him and I'm like, and that was what I got,
Right.
I feel like when I'm reading for people, I've got John that relays the information to me and Cal is standing there protecting, so nothing can get in or harm me while I'm doing it. I feel like that's their role. And there's a story from, which I don't know if you want to know, but there's a story.
Yes.
When I was younger, when it was all starting, when all this was happening, I really believe I met John in real life. I believe he showed himself to me because I needed him. And then when I kind of did all this and I was like asking who are my guides, can you show me who you are? I need to know, I'm working with you. It was the same man that I'd seen when I was younger. And I thought, oh my God, that was the man that walked me down the road when I was really frightened. So I know that he took on a human form for me to actually see him as a human to help me in my situation that I was in. So that all sounds really like, whoa, out of this world, but it honestly happened to me and it was amazing.
Wow.
So, yeah, so I work with those two, I'm not going to say people, they're really big as well. They're like bigger than us. They're like huge.
Oh, really?
So it's like, they're real big and it's, yeah.
And do you have other spirit guides sort of like popping in and out, but they're
Yeah.
they're your constant?
They're mainly my two. So,
Yeah.
before a reading, I'll be talking to them like, come on, let's give this lady a good reading. Let's give her what she needs. Let's move her forward, blah, blah, blah. Bring through whoever she needs to come through. And they always pull through for me. John and Cal, I love them. I just And if I need protecting, like I say, like, please help me, or, you know, anything, I go to them, and I feel like they're there. That's their purpose. They're getting me through my life doing this. And yeah, sorry, what did you say?
Oh no, you were just saying about, do you have other ones that pop in?
Oh yeah. So sometimes I might see other people's, like,
I was
God,
gonna ask that.
yeah, around them,
Really?
and I'd be like, oh, I really feel like there's a lady around you, or something like that. But to be honest with you, I mainly see the actual person, like the family member or the friend that they've lost around people. So I can sit with someone and think, oh, I've got your brother here. I mainly see that, you know, around people, not always their guides. Actually the spirits that are around them or want to be around them that I tend to see with other people. Yeah. So mainly just my guides that I deal with and that I communicate with.
And you said, so so when you said John helps you bring through the messages for people, is it like you can hear he's telling you and then you're deciphering it, or are you just aware that he's there pulling the information through but you're just hearing it in your voice? Like, I really love asking how you do
It's
it.
kind of like, everyone loves to know this, and it's really hard to explain, but the only way I can explain it is, so it's like when you're in spirit, you don't talk like we're talking now. It's all done with the mind, right? So what happened is, so if I said to you right now, right, imagine you're on the beach and you can see the waves and you're going to have an ice cream. So you're sat on the beach eating an ice cream. That's in your mind, isn't it? That's how they put things in my mind. So but I know it's not my fault. I know I'm not sitting there thinking about being on the beach eating an ice cream, but that's the thought I've got in my, like, third eye. So I would say to you, what's with the beach and the ice cream? You'd be like, oh yeah, the other day I was sat on the beach. That's how they give it to me at times. But you do hear things sometimes. But it's real. That's why I called myself Whispers from Heaven, because it's just like a whisper. Like, it's not talking like this. It's so, like, you've got to really listen to hear it. And it's like a whisper, and you could miss it, you know, because it's so delicate and just, really nice experience. But I mainly get the thoughts in my mind. And that's how it is. And I know I'm not sitting there thinking about I'm on the beach having an ice cream. When I go into a reading, I've cleared my mind. I'm, like, open. That's where a lot of people have trouble doing this. They can't clear their mind. My friend tried. She went to a psychic circle and they were like, right, clear your mind. She said, I was sat there thinking I'm going to have sausages for dinner. You can't. I can't think anything about me or my thought. I've got to literally clear my mind and look at the person and just wait for them images to come through. And whoever wants to come through to see them and know I've got Nan here, or I've got Mum here, stuff like that. And that's how it kind of works for me. And sometimes you slip up a little bit and you do get an image through and they're like, nope. And you think, oh, that was mine. Sneaks in, because you're only human, aren't you? You know,
Yeah, of course.
it kind of sneaks in and you think, oh, that must have been me thinking that. So yeah, and that takes a lot of time to master that as well. Obviously, like, not my mind, that's them, what they're putting in my mind, you know?
I mean, I was going to ask you, how do you, and I know this is not an easy question to answer because, like you said, it just takes loads of practice, and I'm sure, that might just be the answer, but how do you sit there and clear your mind? Is there anything that you do to just clear it?
What? This is really a weird thing, right? And I've had this with other mediums actually saying this to me, okay? I am just so laid back, right? I don't even meditate before I do a reading. And what is wrong with me? I can literally tune in, tune out. And I don't, and it's like, some mediums say, oh, you must drink water. I mean, I'm sat here with Coke, right? Drink water, you can't eat unhealthily because you need your mind. I eat what I want, I drink Coke, I smoke. You know, those things keep me sane. They keep me like I'm normal, right? But I can just literally think, right, I'm doing it, switch on, because I think I've mastered that switching on and switching off, because it used to bother me and I needed to switch off. I think I've mastered that so much that I can just go into it and go out to it. Not many mediums can do that, and they've told me that they need to meditate. You know, before I did my event last time at Costa, I was running around the house, you know, doing this and doing that and tidying up. And they're like, Mum, we've got to be there in half an hour. I'm like, yeah. Then I go there and I walk out and I think, right, I'm doing it. Right, let's go. And it just comes to me. And a lot of people have said they don't know how I do that. I don't know how I do that.
No,
I just think
right.
I'm so laid back with my mind. I'm just so like, I don't know what it is.
That's
So
amazing.
I don't even meditate before. I just, like when I did your party, I just got in the car. My friend drove. No, I drove that night because you came, didn't you? Yeah, I just got in the car. I thought, right, I hope I get some good messages. John and Cal, you with me tonight? Bring through what these people need. That was it. And I just came in, sat down and thought, oh, right, where am I going? That's just how I do it. But a lot of people don't. They meditate.
No.
Even famous psychic mediums
Yeah.
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 sit and do
Get
that.
in the zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
really,
I have to say, Bex is like that. You're,
Do you think?
yes,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
so, she just goes bam. Like if I'm, I just have to say, take a breath, close your eyes, and she's gone. She's in a trance. Yeah, you're
When
brilliant.
Julie was talking about being laid back, I was like thinking, oh, that sounds a bit like me.
Yeah.
In some ways,
Yeah.
I'm laid back, and I feel, maybe if I could just tap into that, Julie,
Yeah.
that feeling, and then I could just go there, couldn't I? That
You
would be
can,
cool.
you can do it already.
Maybe, yeah. So some people obviously are just that way, and I think I'm
Yeah.
just like you. I just don't
Yeah.
need to. I don't hardly meditate, to be honest. I
No.
do cleanse myself because
Yeah.
I'm anything sticking to me, but I
How do
don't
you do that, Julie? Do you do that like with crystals or just with like a?
sometimes. And I do
Yeah.
just relaxing and thinking everything's leaving my body, and I
Yeah.
in the shower, like
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
everything. So I'm washing my hair and I'm in the shower. It's being rinsed away, no bad energy sticking to me. And I just do simple things, really. I don't do anything, that's not simple.
Yeah.
Quite a simple person, really. So I just,
Well, maybe we overcomplicate,
That's exactly
you
right.
know.
You get told all these rituals you have to do, and you have
Yeah.
to say this and say that. It is rubbish, isn't it?
it's all up here and how you
Yeah.
want to do it. And,
It's your intention, isn't it?
and when I sit there and I've watched things, the mediums going, it won't work if it's not working because you're not doing this, or it's not working because you're not drinking a litre of water. I think, what? Just had a can of Coke and gone out there and done it. It's just like, if that's what you believe, then it won't work. But if you
Yeah.
believe you've got to drink a litre of water before you do it, then that's what's going to happen. But I believe I don't need to do that. I can just think, right, I'm going to do it and then do it. So that might have a big part in why I'm like it.
I believe that. I do believe that.
Yeah.
Doing the work that I do, I know the power of the mind. I make sure I believe whatever I want to happen because I know the power of belief. And it sounds, until you believe that, it just sounds nonsense, doesn't it? But like, I just love what you're saying because it just goes to show, like, a lot of the time, for me, a lot of it, I have had to just have faith in the belief because I haven't been able to see like you can, but now I have done it so much that I do know whatever I believe, it is done. And and you've experienced that and you can see, and I'm just so passionate about like making sure everybody knows the power of your intention. Like, you can't we can't all be like Julie and see spirits and see these things and get that's tangible proof, but trust like that it is still happening whether you can see it or not. And you hear you saying about how that you are cleansed when you just say, I'm washing this energy from my body, nothing that doesn't serve me can stick. Or when you think back to when you were blessed at the church and you went from seeing horrible things to know things because of your belief. Remember, Julie, when you're trying to do these things, and remember that your belief is like power, it's ultimate. Like,
It is.
yes. I just need to say that. Sorry.
No, but it's true, isn't it? It is really, it is what you believe and what you bring what you think, don't you? So I do kind of think if I'm really cleansing, thinking this is happening, it's going away from my body, I'm cleansing myself, then that's what's going to happen because I'm making that happen with my mind,
Yeah.
If I believe, oh yeah, I can do whatever I need to do and then just go into a reading with a room full of people, then that's going to happen because I know that's going to happen because I'm making that happen.
Yes.
I don't feel like you need to make it, technical.
No.
Just be relaxed and trust yourself.
I mean, it's trust is the ultimate word, isn't it? And like, I learned that with this podcast or doing my hypnotherapy or speaking on other people's podcasts. I just have this ultimate belief that my guides, whoever I talk to, are going to use me and channel through exactly what needs to be said. I go into things now, I have no idea what I'm going to talk about, I have no idea what they're going to ask me, and I just have ultimate trust that
Yeah.
it will be fine, and it always is, and it's always so much better as well, because you're not getting your mind involved, and you're just like a clear channel for whatever needs to come through. And it's just never, it hasn't failed me, and it's just only good things have come from it. And that's just one example that I've given, and I had to keep practicing. And you do, that's the thing with trust. You do have to build it just like you have. But once you do it in one area, you can just take that, and that's like a belief that your subconscious mind can hold on to, and then it reminds you, well, you did it there, so we can do it here as well. So let's get on to then the manifesting side of things with your spirit guides, because so we were saying to Julie before the podcast started, do you use your spirit guides to help you manifest? And she was like, oh yes, I do. And I'm really keen to talk about this, because again, just moving on from that, what we kind of just said there is, okay, so a lot of us don't know like what our spirit guides are called or who they are, or we can't communicate with them. But at least if we can hear how you kind of use them, how they help you to manifest, again, we can trust and believe that they're there, and with that belief know that that's going to happen, and so it might help us in our manifesting journey. So tell us more about your manifesting, your creating.
So manifesting, is massive, in it, manifesting, and there's so many ways that you can do it, but I really believe you have to find the right way for you and how you are and how you think about things and what you believe. But I feel, so with me, I would just, it's not just your guides as well. I believe you can ask anybody that's in spirit, your angels, a family member, anybody that is in the higher power. I believe can help you to manifest. Some people pray and believe that helps. And I just feel it's like putting your intention out there, like what you want, and then believing that's going to show up. It will happen, but you've got to, and almost feeling like you've got it already before it has shown up. So like, I want £6,000 in my bank, and I know it's in there. I'm just waiting for it to hit my account, and then it's going to be in there. And my angels and my nan up there, they're going to make sure I've got that £6,000. It's going to be so good. And the feeling of it, I feel like the feeling supports the imagining it. And believing and trusting, and a lot of people slip up on that because they need to. I had a quote on my Facebook page. I've got to remember it now. A lot of people are seeing it is believing it, but it's believing it is seeing it. So once you see it, then you see it. But that's where people struggle, I think. And I used to struggle with that. Like, how can you believe that I've got £6,000 in my bank when I haven't, and I've got like £5 and I need to do my food shopping or something like that. Do you know what I mean? And it's like really hard to think, well, I have got £6,000 in my bank. It's just, it's really hard to do.
It is.
Why people give up. And I also think people give up because they don't like waiting. They're like waiting and it's not happening. Why is it not happening? And it's like, well, give it time. It will work. If you trust, it will work. But I think now, like, oh, and I did that today, I should have it by tonight. Doesn't work like that. In the spirit world, they've got to move things around, and it might, what you're asking for might affect other people. So they've got to move them around. So it all, runs smoothly and goes nicely. So I kind of feel like it's patience, it's trust, it's believing you've already got it. And you can have anything you want. You can go, I want to be the Queen of England.
But do you really want that?
Do you know what I mean? You might in your next life, if you manifest it enough. But, with certain things, I do feel like you could have whatever you want. It's just believing you can, and just patience.
And we've been programmed, haven't we? Like you said with that quote, Julie, seeing is believing. We've literally been brought up, that being drummed into us to.
We've been programmed.
So that's why it's so hard for us, isn't it? And that's what I guess they don't want, is for us to realise our power, and they've tried to manipulate our programming.
Everyone would be really rich, wouldn't they?
Exactly.
So it'd be like on work, and they wouldn't have a great society, and I think that's what it is. But it's all coming out now, isn't it? It's all the wealth. changing. It is changing.
Definitely.
You feel that, Julie, do you?
Yeah, I feel that. There's something going. It's all like,
Yeah.
for the good, but also for the worst as well. There's a lot of bad things happening, but it will even out. Do you know what I mean? It will even out. And I feel like they're all at work behind the scenes.
Yeah. Oh, I've got goosebumps. He's saying that.
They all know what's going on, but there's a reason,
Yeah.
But really deep. That's a whole nother deep thing.
That's a whole nother conversation, isn't it? But I think, it's a scary time. I just think we always have to remember that for new good things to be built, the old has to be broken down, doesn't it? And that's what this time is at the moment. Everything's shaky, it's breaking down, and it feels horrible for us, and it doesn't play out very nicely, but it has to happen, doesn't it? For the
that's a bit like the tower moment. Have you heard?
Yes, the tarot,
with the tower moment, like people, they start manifesting and everything starts going wrong. But that's a good thing because it's moving everything.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not doing it because it's like a curse or it's going wrong.
Right.
And give up. It's like, keep going. You're right on the right there. It's going to happen.
Oh.
And it's like, that as well. But it puts people off, I think, because it's too much. It's like, oh my God, it's going wrong. It's going wrong. It's like the dark before the dawn, isn't it? It's going wrong.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you manifested anything?
Oh yeah, I manifested this hut that week. You've been here, haven't you? You've seen it. I have. Yeah, we started off playing, didn't we, with manifesting when we first started,
and we felt maybe we did it without knowing beforehand, didn't we? Like we'd got so far in our lives by manifesting and not realizing. Do you think?
Well, I think we're always manifesting, whether we know it or not. But it's just conscious manifesting, isn't it?
Yeah, I think.
But we did have some fun when we caught onto it, didn't we?
Yeah, but it is, isn't it? Really, it's power, isn't it? It's your mind.
Yeah,
it is, and it's a tough journey. Like even now, I know all the things. Like everything you said, I know it all. I've done it. I've had the proof, and yet still, it's hard. Still, you come up against the next thing, and you're like, oh no, this one I can't do, this one because of this and this, and it's like, no, remember, you can do anything you want. It's just highlighting a belief you've got there. Clear that out, crack on. You can do it. Just remember.
Going. But it is hard.
It is, but this is where I'm kind of like, I love to have your perspective as a medium or a psychic. Manifesting kind of gets, if you can't have the view that there are other forces that are helping you and there are other forces that you can ask for and they want to help you, I think you're missing a trick with the manifesting, because so many times I've needed that extra belief that I have that people are helping me, whether that's my mum or my auntie or my nan or like my spirit guides, my spirit teams, higher beings, whatever. When I trust and believe that they're also putting the pieces in play and they want me to have that, it gives you that extra oomph, doesn't it? Whereas if you just think you're kind of doing it all by yourself, you're like, who am I to do this? It's difficult, isn't it?
Very difficult. But they're helping you.
Do you speak to do you, when you're trying to manifest things, do you kind of, I mean, does John and Cal like have conversations with you? Do you ask them stuff? Are you like, tell me, like, what's going on?
I only have conversations when I ask for the conversations. It's not like they just randomly talk to me.
Yeah.
And sometimes I ask and it's delayed a bit. So I might ask something and then 2 days later I'll get the confirmation. I think, oh my God, that feels really right. And I ask that, or I'll see something and it's showing me the answer. Or I go on YouTube and a video pop up with something I asked and I think, oh my God, that's the answer. So I feel like they communicate a lot with me like that.
Yeah.
But I do talk to them all the time though. But I also speak to like my nan that's in spirit. So I use both really, like my guides, my nan. I believe there's angels as well.
Yeah. So and I love that you said that, because I think that's so important. And it was something that I realized when I was trying to kind of like connecting with my guides, and we have all these expectations of we're going to hear it in our mind, or they're just going to tell us, yes, do this now, take that. And it's not like that, is it? And I'm so glad you said that, because it is like I always say, I get a lot of my messages from my guides through podcasts through books. They're brilliant at leading me to the right book at the right time, and I will literally read a sentence and I'm like, oh, there's my answer, thank you. And it's always like within a day or two, and it's very rarely do you get, you know, the answer bam there and there. Like, you know, sometimes you expect to go into, I know you don't meditate, but you know, like go into a meditation. But you know, you're told to go and meditate on it. Go and meditate and you'll get the answer. It's very, very rare that ever happens. I've had very few meditations. Sometimes I have where I feel like I've just had this massive download and I'm like, oh my God, that's it. It's all like, but it's very, very rare. Most of the time you go into meditation, you ask, and then you have to just be okay to like let go and really let it go. And then, like you said, something will just pop up on YouTube and you'll go, oh my God, that's it. Goosebumps. Like,
and people are like, oh, well, that video was there anyway. Or you think, but you know, you have a knowing of that's what I asked. And you get your answer. But other people don't always understand it, I think. That's how I think they communicate.
Yeah. Do you think that's what being connected is?
Yes.
Is noticing all these little things around us.
Like angel numbers. I mean, my kids are really fed up with me with angel numbers. Because everywhere we are, there's angel numbers on. We're driving. I'm like, look, 777, look, 333, and they're like,
us too.
Because I really believe they're all signs as well.
I get a lot on number plates. I get a lot of my messages.
That's what I do all the time. And the kids, it always happens when I'm with them as well, and I'm pointing it out every 5 minutes. Look. I remember on one of my events, I was really nervous and I saw all the people coming in and I was really nervous that night. And I was like, please, John, Cal, give me what I need to do. You know, because I always feel worried because people have paid to come and see me and I want to do a good job for them, you know. And I always think, please, you know, let's go to who I'm meant to go to and blah, blah, blah. And I went outside to have a quick cigarette before I started, and driving past in the car park was a car, and on the number plate it was 444, and I said to my kids, look, 444, that's my and you know what, I saw 444, went in there, thought I saw 444, so they were telling me it's going to be all right. And it's things like that how it works with me as well. So then I went in and I did it and it was all right. I knew it'd be all right because I saw 444.
No, and
you're mad.
And do you know what? I'm okay with people thinking I'm mad now, because the comfort seeing that 444 or that feather gives you at just the right time. It's not like we're all walking around going, oh, there's a feather. Yeah, it's my guide. Oh, there's 444 there. It's not that. It's different, isn't it? It's like it's the feeling that you get. You know it. You know that's it. It's like the other day I was, you know, my dog was in the hospital and I was so worried about him, and I went to pick him up. We got back into the car. I opened the car door, got in, and there, right bang smack, stuck to my windscreen was this beautiful, fresh feather stuck there. And I was like, thank you.
With you.
Exactly. And it's just that knowing, like, I don't have to, and now I'm like not digging into the message. It's just enough to know they're here. I'm not on my own. They're looking after me. They're with me. And that's so comforting. And if people want to call us nuts for it, I'm so good with that. I'm so good. But you are missing out if you don't.
That's what I think about people. Like, you're missing out. You don't know what you're missing.
No. But each to their own. And honestly, I was on that side of things. You know, I was very scared. I shut myself down because I was scared and I was sensitive when I was younger. And I went the other way and I was skeptical and I wouldn't have any of it. But I knew it was true, but I was just like, no, la 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 la. But my life has just got so much better, so much more magical. The manifesting, the creating has just got so intensely amazing from trusting in the signs and from learning how, you know, your guides or the universe or your angels or your loved ones communicate with you, and it's just not what we think. And I love that you have explained it in such a clear way, so that I'm hoping loads of people are going to go, oh, I get that. I get that all the time. Maybe I do have a psychic gift, because I agree with you, Julie. I think we all have innately. We are all psychic. I do say, we can all learn to play the piano. We're not all going to be Mozart. So, like, you're sat there, you're Mozart for sure. We're not necessarily, but we can play the chopsticks.
Yeah.
And also, practice makes perfect as well. So the more you practice,
the more you do
the more you're going to hone it, right? Exactly.
And it's like the more you talk about it as well, the more open-minded you become.
Yes.
And then that happens because you're like opening your mind to it and like accepting it and letting it flow in. And I find that as well with people. But
definitely.
We always say, don't we, like when we first started opening up, our guides are like just around us going, yes, finally, girls, we've been waiting for you. You're open. We can like chuck all this stuff at you now. Like,
you're imagining that. So you're bringing that.
Yeah, yes, exactly. They're just walking behind us. But oh my God, honestly, we could just talk all day to you. But I feel like to round it up, from going back to kind of like you just being in contact with the spirit world and you being able to, have a taste of this unseen world that a lot of people don't believe in or just aren't sure about, what would you like people listening to know from all the conversations you've had with spirit, all the things that you've experienced from seeing this unseen world? What's the kind of like message that you would like to leave people with to help?
I would love everybody to believe and know that the worst thing that can happen is losing somebody in your life, innit? They pass over.
Yeah.
That's really sad for us because we just can't physically see them anymore. Well, I can, but
yes.
People can't. On the whole, most people can't.
Yeah.
But they are there and I see it all the time. Do you know what I mean? They're walking with them. When you think about them, they come. When you call them, they come. When you ask for guidance, they try and do everything in their power to help things work out for you down here. And they are there. And I know it doesn't take away that missing them and that pain, but I hope gives them, like, they're there still. There's comfort there. They're like, they are there. You've just got to talk to them and keep them there, And I would just like everyone to know they're there. And it's so like, especially when you get like skeptics and you think, oh my God, they are there, It's what can I do to prove to you? But love proving skeptics.
Oh, yes, it's amazing.
I've had a couple of men, oh my God, they were brilliant because they were so skeptical. And then one of them left my caravan crying because I'd got his friend through. And that to me, like, I thought, job done,
Yes.
On my job that day because your friend's there with you now, and it's just so good. But I wish everyone would just have a comfort in knowing that they may be here with us now, but they're at a higher realm and they're around us and you've only got to call on them and they are there. And they do everything in their power. You've just got to ask them because we've got free will, so they can't intervene unless we ask them. Like, can you help me get this house, or can you help me do this, get the job, and then they will. Their help, and that's what I believe. And they send you like signs, like you say, like the feathers, the angel numbers, videos that pop up. That's what happens to me on YouTube all the time. You'll just get signs, or you'll see like a lorry drive past and it say the words on it, or all little signs like that. But people go around with their eyes shut and they don't look. And it's like, open your eyes, look, and you'll see it. So I just hope that what I do brings people comfort and evidence that their loved ones are with them. That's what I go out there to try and do doing this work.
Yeah. And thank you for doing that as well. Because do you know what really upsets me when I hear, and again, I know there are some bad people out there. There are some charlatans. I know that, but it does really upset me when I hear people saying horrible things about mediums and psychics, and that, you're kind of awful people taking advantage of people, because actually what you're doing is bringing people such comfort. And it means so much to you as well. Like, that's what you're doing, your whole, everything you do, and all the time you've had to put into honing it. Like, I appreciate you're a detective, you're getting this information and you're having to put the pieces of the puzzles together. You have to clear your mind, you have to do all the protection. Like, everything you're doing is of service for other people, and it's a hard work, what you're doing. And it upsets me that people think that. So yeah, I just want to say
again,
thank
they
you.
are the ones missing out, aren't
They
they?
are.
Because it is so comforting if you're
Mm.
grieving, if you can find someone like you, Julie, because, you know, it can make all the difference, can't it? If you
Yeah.
just know that they're okay.
Yeah, and it's lovely, and a lot of people give me feedback as well, and they're like, the amount of text I've had, like, I slept for the first time in 8 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just think, oh, they were feeling the power when they were in the reading. Do you know what I mean? That's not me. That's their family doing that, the guides doing that. I'm just the messenger girl, you know. But I really struggled with nasty comments and stuff like that back in the beginning. I found that really hard because, you know, obviously I would never, people don't know me, and I used to think I would never do that to someone. Oh my God, you know, I didn't even want to do this. I was born like it, you know, and I used to feel like that. And I got to the stage where I thought, I'm just wasting my energy worrying about it. You know that I'm trying to do good.
Yeah.
As long as I know, and my guides know, my angels know, do you know what I mean? They get their karma.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you're helping the people that you're supposed to help and that want
Yeah.
your help, and that's enough, isn't it?
But it
Yeah.
is sad when I just think now, what I think now is they've got a lot of learning to do. They're not at that.
Yeah.
They're not there yet, you know?
Exactly.
So that's their journey, isn't it? So
Yeah. And we're all on our own journey, and I always like to think that, I think, you know, there's past lives where we were all skeptics and we were kind of, you know, awful people, and we weren't open-minded and we did awful things. We're all on our own journey. We've all just got to appreciate that, haven't we? And just let
yeah,
them be where they are,
Yeah.
and
yeah,
don't let it derail you. Like, stay on your own path, and like
yes,
you said, you know
definitely.
you're doing the right thing. Yeah.
But in the beginning, I didn't. It really
No.
affected me,
Oh,
and
I'm
I
sure.
used to cry and think, "Oh my God, I'm only trying to help," you know. And I used
Yeah.
to get really upset. But I got to that point that you've just explained, where that's their journey. You know, there's nothing I can do to change that. Just keep doing what I'm doing, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's been such a journey, really. I'm writing a book at the moment, though, all about.
Are you?
So all my experiences, every single experience when I was younger is in there, and I'm hoping it will reach people that might be going through it. You know, like younger
Right.
people that are starting with the ability, and maybe they think, oh, what did she do? And hopefully I can say, this is what you need
Yeah.
to do, you know, from what I've
Yeah.
learned. So I'm hoping it will reach people that need it. You know?
Oh, I love that. I love that, because it's just bringing awareness, isn't it? It is just bringing awareness to this whole other side, and also, like you said, and I think, I don't know about you, Julie, but I think there's more children that are coming
Yeah.
in with these open
Yeah,
psychic
and
abilities.
I've had 2 clients actually, in the past month that have said about their children.
Yeah.
2 separate clients, and have asked me about their children. I'm like, "Do you know what? Bring them along, bring them along. I'll sit with them."
And
Because
where
I know
did
how.
I want to go?
Yeah.
I was like, I've got to go and see Julie with my little girl.
Oh,
So that's
really?
so funny you say that. And now you're writing a book, and I'm
Mhm.
like, yes, there's such a
Yeah.
need for this,
Yeah.
isn't there? If
If
you
you
could
think
go and
your all I would say is, if you think your child is going through it, don't ever say that they're silly or they're not
no,
Oh God,
serious.
no.
Because if
yeah,
anyone said that to me, I would have been like, "But I am serious," and it would have made me go insane.
oh yeah,
Oh no, we're very
we're very
encouraging.
yes,
We're very-
yeah, very encouraging,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Parents aren't, are they?
No,
No. No.
and
They
maybe I wouldn't.
do you
Yeah,
know? But
once upon a time, I probably would have been scared
Mm,
yeah,
and just been like, "Oh no, no, no!" But
mm.
like you say, we're
Yeah.
now like, "Oh, tell
Yeah.
us, what do they want?"
And with my daughter, like when she says, "Mum, I think there's something in my room," I'm like, "Hang on just a second, I'll get the sage," and I'm like, "You need to tell them to go away, but I'll get the sage." And she's like, "Yeah, yeah, good, good," and then sleeps like a baby. I'm like, there we
yeah.
go, done. And I wish it's just because I wish I'd had that as a little girl. I spent,
And I wish
you
I
know,
knew.
yeah,
Yeah,
the nights of terror I
yeah.
spent being scared of what was in my room and outside of it,
Oh,
and just I wish I'd had someone to say,
yeah,
you know, like, it's okay, you are in control, you have the power.
yeah. So
And
we need that
yeah,
book, Julie.
yeah, get that out quick.
I'm writing it, and then I'm like, "Nah, I've forgotten one, so I've got to go back and add that one in."
Yeah,
But
Yeah,
I am doing it. I'm working every 5 spare minutes I get. I'm writing it, but I'm
yeah,
hoping it is going to reach people that might be thinking they're a psychic or a medium. I mean, when I was younger, I didn't have anyone to turn to.
no,
What was
no,
happening to me. I
mm,
mean, this day and age, there's more about them, isn't there?
there
So
is, isn't there? Yeah,
when I was younger, it wasn't as much as it is
no,
today. But even so, if I can help somebody, even one person,
yeah,
yeah,
you know,
exactly. And honestly, Julie, I think the way that you talk about it, is so simple, and you make it simple, and I think more people need to hear that it gets to be simple like that.
Yeah,
you know,
it's not like, you know, drinking a liter of water before you can do it or anything, like, just, you know.
yeah,
But
just
then, like I say, I'm very laid back and simple anyway, so.
But we all need to be laid back and simple. I think that would make all of our lives so much better. But before we wrap it up, I just want to say, obviously, like you mentioned, Julie's come and done a reading for us. Like, we had a party here, didn't we?
Yeah.
And we've been to see Julie live as well at an event. And I've recommended Julie to lots of people, and she's awesome. So if you are looking for someone to do a reading, then you need to contact Julie. We will leave all your details in the show notes, Julie. But you are Whispers from Heaven, aren't you, on Facebook and Instagram and all the things? But we'll leave all her details. So I feel an influx of people coming into you. Julie, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure.
It's been really nice. We got there in the end.
We did, didn't we? It's worth the wait. All divine timing. Our spirit guides were like coordinating, weren't they? Then not yet. Now go. Right, guys. That's it.
Yeah.
We will see you next time.
Take
Okay,
care.
bye. Bye.